Okay, so after homework 8, where's my pen? Title, this page will be blue foldable. And it's going to be not a mechanical. I mean, you can see there's a pencil in the purple box up there. There it goes. Okay, sorry. If you need to sharpen, you can just get another one. Okay, so we're gonna write this. This cover is basically translating algebraic expressions with keywords. Okay, so you have a fold line. I think it tells you. Mine got cut off, but you should be folding on this black line to create your tabs. Okay, so take the blue paper that's foldable and fold on the line, the fold line. So that you see the operation signs in the front. Fold on the bold, cut on the dotted. Fold it on the bold line, cut it on the dotted line. We're gonna fill it in, and then we'll glue it in, and that's it. So, we're gonna do some examples with this, but the keywords are the most important. So I gotta kind of recap with you on the words you need to look for to do the certain operation. Okay. So if you open up our first, I'm gonna do just like the left side first. So if you open up the left side, this is what you should see. Okay. If you open up the left side. All right. So the keywords for addition. If you see the word sum, that's gonna mean you gotta do a plus sign, an addition sign. If you see the word total, so fill in these parts to make sure, because I'm gonna give you the phrases. You're gonna have to recognize the key word and then associate that into an expression, algebraic expression. So sum, total. So if I see plus, that's indicating addition. If I see more than, that's indicating addition. Increased by, okay, and then added to. So if we read these words, these phrases, we need to translate them into addition signs, addition operations. Now, for multiplication, product is the word that indicates multiplication. So fill in product for your first item. Times, yes, is the most common, but you need to read product as showing multiplication. They could also say multiplied by to show multiplication. Twice, if I see the word twice, that's indicating multiplying by 2. So that's multiplication. Double or even triple is indicating multiplication. And the word of is indicating multiplication. All right, now our symbols are inequalities and equality symbols. The equal symbol, I mean, everyone's pretty much familiar with that symbol. Okay, so anytime I see equals, I'm going to use that symbol. But the most common one is when I see the word is. When I see the word is, that's going to replace equals, the symbol equals. Or maybe it's the phrase is the same as. So add that phrase is the same as. Oh, let me extend my page, sorry. The other one is results. If it says results in, that's indicating equal, the equal sign. Equivalent to, equivalent to is also indicating the equal sign. And then also the word yields. That's one not used as common, but if it yields to a result, that's indicating equal. All right, they want you to make sure you understand that this symbol is less than. Let's say less than or is fewer than, then that indicates the symbol above. Now, if you have the less than symbol, but also with this equal bar underneath, that's less than or equal to. So yes, it is read less than or equal to. But the most common phrase that goes with this symbol is when I say at most. If I read at most, then I have to use that symbol above, okay? Or if you read the phrase no more than. If I read the phrase no more than, I have to use the symbol above. And then the last common word with that symbol is maximum. So if this is my less than symbol, then if I go in the opposite direction here, this is greater than. Opposite of fewer than would be is more than. Same thing, take the greater than symbol, put the bar underneath, indicating equal to. We're combining the greater than and the equal sign together. So this is greater than or equal to. All right, so let's just think about these phrases because they have to be opposite each other. So if the symbol to the left says at most, okay, what phrase, how can I do the opposite of the phrase to get a symbol for greater than or equal to? Yeah, at least. So at least. That's the opposite of at most. At least. So if I know no more than means less than or equal to, what would be the opposite of that to show?
Less than.
Yeah, no less than. Okay. And then if it's a maximum is less than or equal to, what would be the opposite of that? Minimum. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Minimum. Okay. All right, so let's finish up some operation words, and then we need some special type of indicators or parentheses and what we call turnaround words. So make sure you have these phrases and these words that go with this symbol, because you're going to read them and then you're going to translate them into the symbol. All right, so on the right side, for subtraction, you can have the difference. So if I read the word difference, that would be subtraction. Decrease by. And of course, the word minus. If I read the word or wording reduced by, that's also indicating subtraction. And then if I see the verbiage less than or subtracted from. Okay, I'm going to star these real quick because this has a special relationship. If I have less than, then I'm going to draw this arrow like this because that means I'm going to end up also having to switch. I'm going to have to go from back to front when I write it out. This is what we call a turnaround phrase, where we switch the order. Okay. And I'll show you some examples on that. Now, division, the word that indicates division is quotient. So the very first word we should have in here is quotient. That's showing division. Now, of course, we could say divided by, that's indicating division. I could say separated. If I'm separated into certain groups, certain units, that's indicating division. If I say I'm halving or even a third, that's indicating division. The ratio of, that's also indicating division. And if I read the phrase broken into, like if broken into thirds or broken into fourths or four parts, that's showing division. All right, now there's some words or phrases that if I read them, I have to show parentheses. Our parentheses words are when I say times the, okay? Anytime I say times the, this is going to be a parenthesis for word. So like I can say times the sum of, okay? It should be times, sorry. Or if I say times the difference, okay? So I'm going to see times the, or I will read decrease by. If I have decrease by and then the word the sum, that word the is a real big indicator. It's really seeing this word is what indicates parentheses. So decreased by the sum of, or I can have decreased by the difference of. So But to me, the V is what's important. And then a turnaround word means you're going to switch the order. So if you have turnaround words, that means that we're going to switch the order. So our turnaround words are less than. Really, let me do it like this. Your turnaround word is really anything that has than in it. For example, less than. So that when I read that then, that means I need to turn it around. If I read from, I guess say subtract it from. The minute I see that word from, I mean I'm going to have to switch the order around. Okay. So glue this in, guys. This is after homework 8 in your spiral. And then I'm going to give you the second page. All right, so this next little, this we're going to do together. There's going to be some you're going to do on your own. But they're going to have the examples in there for you, like the phrases that we're going to read and then interpret that algebraically. So the main part is our turnaround words and our parenthesis words. Okay. We got to look out for these because if you don't read them or interpret them or translate them correctly, you're going to have some error. So then and from, anytime I see then and from, that's going to be a turnaround. Anytime I read times the, that means I'm going to have to use parentheses. So a turnaround phrase would be like less than. Okay, if I saw less than, that means I would switch the order. Or if I saw subtract it or decrease, subtract it from. Okay. So as long as I see that word than and that word from, that indicates to switch. Switch it around. For parentheses, you would see times the, and then you have some description. So times the sum of. Or you have, times the difference. So I have to see times the for a parenthesis phrase. A parenthesis word, excuse me. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to see if we can first, for these examples, we're going to let n represent a number. So we're going to do the variable n to represent a number. Okay, so expressions are just showing operations. And we have no inequality symbols or equal signs. So the key to this, guys, is can you identify the keyword, the key operation word? All right, read number 1. Aiden, read number 1. Okay, what's the keyword operation? Yeah, the difference is the word. What operation does that indicate? Subtraction. So we need a minus sign. And then it says a number, but what are we going to let represent a number? So we're going to say n minus 12. That's our answer. We're writing an expression using variables, operation symbols, and constants. All right, 2. It says the quotient of a number and 4. So what's our operation? What's the key word here? Yeah, what does quotient mean we're going to do? Divide. Okay, in algebra, to show division, we do not use this symbol. Okay, we will not do that symbol. We would write it like a fraction. Okay, so a number, that's our n, then the fraction bar 4. So we should have n over 4. N over 4 reads the quotient of n, a number, and 4, or n divided by 4. I'm going to circle 3 because this one is missed a lot because of the keyword. It says 9 subtracted from a number. Yes. The word from, we have subtracted, but we have from. So we know we have a minus sign, but we have the word from. The from means we're going to switch it around. So the 9 will not come first. The 9 will come to the back. The n, the number, will come to the front. N minus 9. Okay. On 4, what's the key word indicating the operation? Product. What does product mean? Okay, so how would I show multiplication of a number and negative 8? Okay, so negative 8 times n. Okay, this is not all the way correct. We got to simplify this. How would I write that correctly?
Oh, you put the negative 8 in parentheses.
Negative 8 in parentheses? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're...
Switch it. The n in front.
No. The n never goes in front. You just write negative 8 and then n. The negative 8 is your coefficient. Numbers go in front of letters and in front of variables. So to write the product of a number and negative 8, it would be negative 8n. That's showing negative 8 times n. All right, 5 says 7 less than a number squared. But we should hopefully see that word than. What is that word then going to tell you to do? Yep, you have to switch it. Yep, into the second power minus 7. That is correct. All right, we have triple a number divided by 2. Triple a number divided by 2. Okay, what does triple indicate? So how would I write triple a number? Yep, 3n. Then we have divide by 2. So that means the division bar, the fraction bar, and the 2 is at the bottom. 3n over 2. All right, 7 says the sum of double a number and 5. The sum of double a number and 5. What are the keywords? Sum is important. What does that tell me? Okay, so plus. What else is the keyword? double. So what does that tell me? Of what? Yeah, you're right.
2n.
Yeah, that would be 2n. So then and 5, right? So it would be 2n plus 5. All right, try 8. Check your understanding. This is the product of a number and 3 increased by 4. Product of a number and 3 increased by 4. So you should have 3n plus 4. Okay, check your understanding. Should be 3n plus 4. All right, so that's just his expression. So that's just showing operations with variables. All right, when you open up your notes or your examples to the next page, let me bring this down. Okay, because this is in this set, we're going to do equations. That means we need to see the word is. Okay. Anytime we're dealing with equations, it's usually with the word is. So if I see is, I'm going to put the equal sign. Okay. Anytime you see the word is, that's where the equal sign will go. All right. So on our first one, we have the phrase 3 times the sum of a number and 12 is 56. This first part right here, it says times the. What does that indicate? Yes, it also indicates something else. Go back to your foldable. Or go back to the front page.
Isn't it switching?
No, it's not switching. It's parentheses. So you need to start off right now putting parentheses because of the fact that it says times the. Now, because the 3 is in front of times the, you put the 3 in front of the parentheses. Now, what goes into the parentheses is what happens after the. It says the sum of a number and 12. So how would I show the sum of a number and 12? What's the key word there? Sum. So what is operation is that? Okay, so there has to be addition in our parentheses. What are we going to write?
Oh, wait, no. Wait, yeah.
N plus 12. The sum of a number and 12 would be n plus 12. Yeah, and the minute I see that word is, that's the equal sign. And then 56. All right. 10 says the sum of AAA number and 8 is 26. We have sum AAA number and 8 is 26.
I mean, 8 times plus 8.
It would be 3n to show 3 times n. Then yes, plus 8 is, so that's equals 26. All right, half of a number is 6 fewer than the number itself, okay? So if I just start off with this first part, it says half of a number. That's just 1/2 n. Then because I see the word is, that means that's an equal sign. And it says fewer than, okay? So because we have fewer in that word than right there, that means we're going to switch. So the 6 is not going to come first. It's going to be n minus 6. You have a switch word, and that's the word than. All right, 12. Try 12. It says 5 times the number divided by 7 is 4. This one you can go in order. 5 times the number divided by 7 is 4. Check your understanding. 5n over 7 equals 4. All right, 13 says 4 times the difference of a number and 3 is 21. Again, what's the key word or key phrase? Anything before that, after that?
Oh, D.
Because it says times d right there. That tells you to do what? No. Guys, yeah, anytime I see this phrase times d, you have to do parentheses. That's what I'm trying to get you. These are parenthesis words. So when I read those words, I have to put a parentheses. So do your parentheses. Then what are we going to write? Yep, 4 goes in front of the parentheses. Good.
N plus 3.
Equals 21 is correct. But it says the difference of a number and 3.
Subtracted.
Yeah, n minus 3, yes. So 4 parentheses, n minus 3, close the parentheses, equals 21. All right, on 14, it says 19 decreased by the quotient of a number and 4 is 25. So what keywords do we have here?
Oh, wait. 5.
We got decrease by, What other keyword? Yep, quotient. So what am I going to write here? To show 19 decreased by the quotient. What operation would be the decrease by? Yep, that would be a minus. So we have 19 minus, and to show quotient of a number and 4. No, that would be the product of a number and 4. 4n is multiplication. We want to show quotient. Okay, so how am I going to write that? Yeah, n over 4. And then is 25, so equals 25. All right, 8 less than the product of a number and 6 is 7 less than that number. Because you have that then right there, and then what does that indicate? If I see the word then or the word from, go back to the front. These are turnarounds, yeah. You have a turnaround here. You have turnaround words. So we're going to turn around. We're going to turn around. All right. So we got to turn around 8 less than the product of a number. That means we would write that, oh, number and 6, sorry. So we're not writing the 8 first. You're writing 6 in, no, minus 8. And then is would be your equal sign. Then another turnaround, 7 less than that number. 7 less than that number. Remember, that's a turnaround word. So how do I write that?
And
Yep, n minus 7. All right, says the product of a number and 2 is the same as. That right there, the same as is your equal sign. So first we need to show the product of a number and 2. How do I show a product of a number and 2? A number and 2. How do I show that? Okay, how do I write that? That'd be 2n. Thank you. So the product of a number and 2 is 2n. Is the same as, so that's the equal, the sum of that number and 11. Yes, n plus 11. All right, so for this last section, for the inequalities, this is when I should be seeing the symbol that's less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than and equal to. So you have to read phrases that match the symbol. On 17, because this is a number, it's right there, greater than, which symbol am I using for that? That would be this symbol. So a number is greater than 5. That would be n greater than 5. Eighteen says a number at most. What symbol goes with at most? Yeah, the less than and equal to symbol goes with at most. So this would be n, the number, is less than or equal to 24. Here, right here, it says greater than or equal to. So right then, it's this symbol. A number is greater than or equal to -3. So n is greater than or equal to -3. The keyword on 20 is a minimum. What symbol goes with minimum? It would be greater than and equal to, yeah. So a minimum number of 6 would be n is greater than or equal to 6. Do you understand how you have to take the keyword to put the right symbol? And then use n in your constant? All right, so I want you to try the remaining 4, and then you can put up your spiral, and we can go. We'll check these tomorrow.